0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 9467 6954. MS Designer Living.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Preston, near post City. It's in. And again, Warren Spink has a hand in it. Andrew Zinni scores the goal. Not only are the fans winning on the terraces, the team are winning on the pitch. 2 goals in 2 minutes. 2-1 up, Preston Macedonia, and we've got an invasion on.
Crossfield ball for Zaneski to try the spectacular. It's brilliant. Is it over the line? Yes. What's a goal from Alex Zaneski?
Kolevski, it's good. It's the winner. What a great goal by Kolevski. The crowd has gone wild, ladies and gentlemen. The Preston Lions are the Premiership champions.
Cross ball at the back post. There it is. And is that the goal that takes them up?
Through ball for Spink. He's in the box. Back for Cole. Cole square. Here's a chance for Smith. Smith, yes, it's there. Spink, Cole, Smith doing the damage. 1-0.
Hello and welcome to the Lions Den, live from the brand new pavilion here at Genesis Steel Stadium. BT Connor Reserve. I'm Josh Parish. I've got Zivko Kolevski, the Under-21s Head Coach and Technical Director here with me. Ziv, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
That's good.
Busy day at the club today. We had the official grand opening of the pavilion. Of course, we've been using it for a little while, but
yes.
the council made their way down here to officially cut the ribbon. The Mayor, Lena Messina, was in attendance, gave a fantastic speech. Our club president, Dave Svetkovsky, of course, doing the same to a crowd of about 30 or 40 VIPs.
Did he do a good job? Say a good speech?
Absolutely. He was
champion.
Always good in front of a crowd,
Absolutely,
Mr. Svetkovsky. So it was a really proud moment for, I think, everybody involved in the club and also for Darebin Council. I think we have to really appreciate their efforts and their assistance with realising what has been a dream for many, many years.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's good, and it's good that, you know, we've enjoyed it now for a couple of weeks, and it's the facilities are great, and we thank Darebin Council for for getting it up and going.
Absolutely. So we've been showcasing some of the events we've been putting on at this pavilion of late. Including, of course, the Italy versus Macedonia qualifier.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for another such video compilation of today's festivities with Darebin City Council. It was good to be down here and witness the festivities. And just a fantastic day for the club. But it's not all about us and getting what we want. It's also about giving back and the Good Friday appeal is a big part of that, Shiv.
Absolutely, it is, and we urge all the Preston supporters to donate for a good cause.
Yes, so Good Friday appeal going on. The link to donate is on our socials, on our Facebook page. If you go and find it, I think everybody knows what the Good Friday appeal is. I don't think I have to explain it. It's an incredible cause, children in need, hospitals.
Absolutely.
So, if you have the capacity to be able to donate, we understand a lot of people are going through tough times at the moment, but this is a time over Easter to give back. I'm really looking forward to some big games coming up. The Nike Cup next Wednesday.
Yes, our Lionesses are in action.
Yes. The Nike FC Cup is, of course, the knockout competition, which involves all the senior women's teams in Victoria down to the state leagues and up to MPLW.
Yep.
And we're through to face Heidelberg United.
Big game, rival game. I'm sure some of the girls are looking forward to versing Heidelberg. I know there's a couple that have actually played for Heidelberg, so it'll be good to watch. So
more than just history and bragging rights on the line. There's also some personal connections here and there.
Absolutely. So it'll be a good game to watch.
I mean, I know you're a lifelong Preston fan, Shiv. What does the Heidelberg rivalry mean over the years? Any famous moments that you can recall that are broadcastable?
No, probably not. But I'd love to head down and support the Lionesses, and hopefully they can win and get through to the next round.
So that one is at Georgie's, at City Vista Recreation Reserve, the new George Cross ground, which is a really fantastic ground. And they've got a bistro there and a great canteen. So it's a good place to go watch a game. Really nice pitch.
Yep.
Up until recently, it was the Western United training facility. So that's an absolutely top-notch facility. So we should get a really good game of football.
Head down there, yeah.
And if this season is anything to go by so far, our Lionesses need a
fire.
bit of a challenge.
They do, and I think Heidelberg will give them that challenge, and I think our Lionesses will do well. Don't worry about that. Got a nice feeling that they will get the job done.
Well, we're going to be talking with
no pressure, girls.
Our newest Lioness, Dani Galluccio, is coming up after the break. We've also got some juniors here with us, waiting patiently.
Yes, we do.
So, tell me about your new role, Ziv, as technical director, and how that interacts with the club's junior program.
Yeah, so I've been put in charge for over the last 3 weeks now, and it's about working with the coaches as well to, develop the coaches to, eventually progress and develop the young kiddos. We want to see the kids enjoying it this year, having fun, especially after the, last 2 years that we've had. We just want to see them out on the park, scoring goals and just having fun, smile on their faces. My role is to, work with the coaches, see the kids, and, hopefully we can put in a good program in place and,
Well, it's all about falling in love with football again.
Absolutely.
The kids have missed out on so much.
Absolutely.
So we'll be digging into your role a little bit deeper later, but we've got some juniors coming up to chat to us.
Absolutely.
And finally, we've got the vice captain, Mr. Benji Lyvidikos, the Jets, joining us later on in the show to look ahead to an away trip to Nunawading, which is always a good game of football, Nunawading. They like to get it down on the deck and play.
Absolutely.
So two attacking-minded, possession-focused teams taking each other on. It's usually a great spectacle. So looking forward to that on the weekend as well. The past player and committee member barbecues, you came down for a cheeky feed, Jiv, I understand?
Yeah, it was a nice, good feed. Always a good feed here. And it was obviously good to, meet the past players as well. Georgie Petrov, Connor Pasinas, Nick Cooker, Chris Sturge. So it was just good to, Sapper, good to come down, have a chat, and obviously, reminisce about the good old times.
Absolutely. So we're going to have more and more of these events.
Yep.
Just keeping in touch with every, important member of Preston's past, present and future.
Absolutely. Good initiative by the club to do that and to bring all those people that were part of the club and did some hard work. Good to see them and catch up and have a chat with them.
It's so important to acknowledge their contribution.
Absolutely.
And this new pavilion is a great place to do it. And I've got some good news. If you're looking on enviously at this new facility and wish you could host your own event here, it's open for function bookings.
Absolutely, it is. Birthdays, christenings, weddings, anything, Josh.
I reckon we should have a wedding in the middle of the
Why
pitch.
not?
If we can clear it with
Why
Louis,
not?
of course.
Absolutely. He'll say yes.
First person to do
We'll twist
that
his arm a little bit.
is going down in the history books. But yeah, keep an eye out for the weekly dinner specials here at the club as well. Get in touch.
Great food at the club.
Get in touch if you're interested in booking the pavilion. It's an incredible space that can cater for hundreds of people.
Yep.
So amazing facility for the club to have access to, but also our wider community. The scoreboard, it's been looming.
That's 2 years.
Quite literally.
2 years. And
We're
still
finally going to flick the on switch on in the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
Jeff.
thank God. I want to see that light up. I want to see Reservoir light up.
We're working on it. Council is working hard to make sure it's all cleared and it's all checked and safe. And
Perfect. That's what we want.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers and toes, that we will have it operational for our next home game against Melbourne Victory on the 22nd.
Come down. It's going to be a big game.
I mean, we all remember what happened last time, don't we?
Absolutely.
Barishevic.
Great goal. Great goal.
The roof came off. I think we had to do some running repairs in the off-season this season just to mend, from the just explosion of noise and excitement that accompanied that goal.
Let's hope we get that and more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that big home game, not this Friday, of course, but next Friday is going to be absolutely massive, and we're hoping to have
big crowd.
Our big crowd in attendance and the scoreboard lighting up Reservoir, entirety.
It'll light up the whole Reservoir.
Exciting. Talking about acknowledging people's contributions, the honour board is finally up.
Fantastic.
So we were obviously pushing it really hard because, it's an important thing for the future of the club.
Absolutely. And thank you to all those people who generously donated their hard-earned cash. It's really good.
So all those names, all those family names are now etched in perpetuity at the entrance of the pavilion. It looks absolutely glorious. There's a little video we posted on the socials, just a quick pan, and it is across the top of the trophy cabinet. So it really does accompany, Preston's achievements and glories, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and those people are important to the club as well, that have been either past players or have had some sort of association that love the club, and it's just fantastic to see that they've done something good for the club.
So I'm sure every single person who contributed is going to want to come in person and see
have
it.
A look. Absolutely.
But if you pause the video at just the right moment, you might spot your name up there. It looks fantastic. So that's up. Help me out here with the infrastructure upgrades, Ziv. We've been wanting to resurface the driveway, the entrance to the facility for quite some time, but that's going on at the moment.
That's going on at the moment, yes.
We've had big trucks here. So no, if you are someone who's usually allowed to park inside the ground, no such luck this week, I'm afraid. You have to stay away and park in the main car park or along the road. So that's underway and continues to progress. And then ground 3, the irrigation is in.
Yes, it's in around the ground. They've finished that last week, I believe. So that's all, done and dusted.
Fantastic. So that's all our housekeeping for today. I know it was a long list. Thank you for sticking with us, but we had a lot of announcements. The community notice board is lengthy this week. Ziv, we'll get to you now, mate. Tell us, first of all, as your first role, Under-21s Head Coach, how is the season progressing so far, and what have you liked and disliked about the performances?
I think it's gone well so far, actually, Josh. We're 2 wins, 2 losses, sitting 6th on the table. We're a really young squad, and I think I know that we've actually competed in every single game. To be honest, we should have probably been 4-0. Sitting maybe second on the ladder, but if you don't put away your chances, you don't win the game. So very pleased with the way the boys are performing. They're getting better each and every week, which is pleasing, and hopefully we can get the 3 points against Nunawading this week.
I've been watching a few of the performances, usually second halves when I'm preparing for his live streams and things, but it seems like you've been on top in a lot of these fixtures. There were so many chances against Springvale in particular.
Yeah, we've had plenty of chances. The good thing was we played Dufton last week. We won 3-1, and I thought that was the most consistent game we've played all year. Created some good chances. scored the 3 goals, and it was one of the most consistent games, whereas the other games were kind of up and down, but we were still competing against senior players as well. Some really good technical senior players. But no, it's I'm really happy with where we're heading at the moment.
Well, we got our first glimpse of our new Brazilian signing in the first team on the weekend, Cadinho.
Yep.
But you were coaching him first, coming through the under-21s.
Absolute gun.
What are your impressions so far?
Love him. Absolutely. Technically brilliant, as we know. We've seen that. He's a very hard, tough player. You wouldn't think that.
He doesn't look it.
He doesn't look it, but he is. I saw a glimpse of it against Geelong for 60 minutes, and he's really, really good. So, and obviously everyone saw what he could do. He's got a great left peg, and I'm sure he'll be growing in confidence and do bigger and better things as the weeks go on.
What's the message you've been putting out to the rest of your squad, who are obviously hoping to catch Lou's eye and get some first team
Just keep
minutes?
working hard. Try and bring some consistency in your game. Work hard, and hopefully, the aim is to, get into that squad. Lou watches every week. You get some of the boys going to train with the senior squad as well. And they're doing quite well, actually. They're still young, so they've still got a couple of years to develop. But, just keep improving, keep working, and hopefully they get into the squad next year.
Is it a benefit to blood these players so young? Obviously, it can have an impact on the results, but that's not the main thing with this team.
No, it's not the main thing, and that's the whole, that we decided to actually go with a young squad, so you can have them for a 2-3 year period and really develop. They can all be together, work together, and that's, to gain a really good connection. And the senior boy, there's a couple of young players in the senior team as well, so it's good to blood these boys and give them opportunity in the seniors, because that will eventually, the level is obviously different at senior level, and when they train, they get that experience, they come down, bring it down with them, and that's how they develop as players. So they just got to keep going, keep working hard. That's the main message.
Well, it's all about development for you in your dual role this season.
Absolutely.
Any sort of key messages getting out to parents about the junior program so far? We've got some great coaches at our club, and the message is pretty much for the players to just to have fun, enjoy themselves. As we said before, 2 years of COVID, so we just want to see the players have fun, smile on their faces, score plenty of goals. But we are working on something special at the club. We've got obviously, championship coaches in Louis and Kappa and Sash, going to be working with coaches as well, as part of our program to help develop coaches. It's some big things are going to happen. I'm not going to mention anything now, but we are working through something, and hopefully the parents will get to see it next year. Well, I can't wait. Jiv, thank you so much for coming in here on the Lions Den. I really appreciate your contributions on air.
Thank you.
And, of course, your contribution to the club this season, which, as always, is massive.
Thanks, Josh.
We're going to go to a short break, but we've got some members of the junior setup joining us on the other side. I cannot wait for this.
Look forward to it.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
Electrical Connectivity Australia electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
You're listening to The Lion's Den on FNR Football Nation Radio.
Welcome back to the Lions Den here, the official Preston Lions Club show, coming to you live on FNR Football Nation Radio and on the Preston Lions Facebook page. As always, I'm Josh Parish and I am delighted to be joined by three members of our junior program. Do you want to introduce yourselves in turn, starting with you, mate?
Ethan Kondraski.
And what age group do you play for?
Under 11s.
And we've got Chloe next. Chloe? What age group do you play in?
Under sevens.
Under sevens. Wow. How long have you been playing soccer for?
Not sure.
Not sure? Not long?
Pretty long.
Well, she was just playing soccer, so it's hard to remember back the first time. And we've got Madison with us as well. Madison, what age group do you play in?
Under 14s.
Under 14s, fantastic. Ethan, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what position you play?
I usually play right forward or right back. Because when I had my old coach named Mohammed, I think that was his name, I used to be a defender, like a really great one.
But you've moved further forward now.
Yeah,
Do you like playing further forward or do you prefer being a defender?
I like playing further forward.
I think everybody likes playing further forward, right? Chance to score a goal?
Yeah, I scored 2 for practice matches.
Nice, well done. So adapting to your new position quickly then.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on the goals. Did you have a goal celebration when you scored?
I don't really remember.
You just ran around, hugged your teammates?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't do a big Ronaldo jump or anything?
No.
Okay, well, we'll save that for the third goal. Thanks, Ethan. Chloe, do you have a position yet or do you just play for fun?
I just play for fun.
What is your favourite part about playing soccer?
I like playing matches.
Yeah, everyone likes playing the matches. It's better than training, isn't it? Do you have a few friends in the team? Have you met some friends playing soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are your friends' names? It's hard to remember on the spot, I know.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your coach's name is?
Steph.
Steph. And do you like Steph? Why do you like Steph?
Because she's a nice coach.
She's nice? Does she get you to do fun drills? Yeah. And you get to play matches, which is the fun part.
Yeah.
So, do you have any siblings who play soccer? Any brothers or sisters? Or is it just you?
I have a brother.
You have an older brother? How old is your brother?
10.
10. Does he play at Preston as well? Cool. Are you better than your brother?
I think so.
Yes, that's the answer we were looking for. And Madison, you're in the under 14s, did you say?
Yes, yeah.
Fantastic. What's your coach's name?
Mel.
Mel. What's the coaching like at Preston generally, and what's Mel like as the coach?
Mel's really good. She knows what we're like because she was in our shoes not too long ago.
So she's a pretty young coach then?
Yeah, and she knows strengthening and conditioning, it really helps our team, and the progress we've made's very high, and that's thanks to Mel. So
Fantastic. What position do you play?
Centre back.
Centre back. Do you like defending?
Yeah.
You're not looking to make a move like Ethan and try and score some more goals?
Not anytime soon. Sorry, Ethan.
What's your biggest strength as a player? What do you bring on the field on the weekend?
Probably tackles.
Tackles. You like?
But I'm careful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be careful. If the striker's really annoying you, then you
Yeah.
can be a little less careful.
We
right?
can try sometimes.
Do you like slide tackles?
Yeah.
Or more of a standing tackle?
A standing tackle.
Okay. Yeah, it's
with
probably
my
more
arms.
responsible with your arms. Yeah,
Yeah.
put a bit of upper body strength. That's always useful for a defender to use that. Right?
It's fun. Yeah.
And how long have you been playing at Preston?
This is my 4th year.
4 years. Wow. And why do you keep coming back? What do you love about the club?
I've made good friends and it's just fun. Like, I don't see me doing anything else on a Tuesday or Thursday night. It's going to be here.
It becomes part of your life, part of your routine, part of your family, really.
Yeah. Yes.
So, do you have a celebration that the team does after you win? Have you learned the song?
Yeah, we have. We're working on it, but it's good.
It's coming along.
It's getting there.
And have you seen the senior women play at all?
We haven't had a chance yet, but we should in the future.
Well, they've got their Nike Cup game on Wednesday. So if you can convince your parents to drive you out to George Cross, it might be a good opportunity.
Come as a team.
Yeah, that'll be fun, wouldn't it?
We'll get a bus.
Team bus. Let's make that happen. I'm making promises that I can't keep on the show here, but it's fun because I don't have to organise these things. And women's first home game, if you can't make it on Wednesday, is on Sunday. So, I mean, it must be, inspiring to see this team. If you've seen the highlights and things on Facebook, they're 4-0, 8-0. They're smashing it this season.
Yeah, they are.
Is the girls program at Preston pretty strong? Like, lots of female participation at the club?
Yeah, there's heaps. We have 2 teams, under 15s and 14s, and I'm pretty sure there's a younger one, maybe 10s or 11s. And they're filled. We have subs, and we've got girls that are really passionate and really want to play. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Do you ever play against the under 15s in training?
We just played today. And I left the match halfway because I came here.
Oh, well, I thank you for making the sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay because the loser had to run 2 laps. And I was like, I'm done. I'm okay.
Were you down in the game?
No, it was 1-1 or 2-2. So.
Okay, well, you hedged your bets. Fair enough. Fingers crossed they held on without you against the older girls.
Hopefully.
Well, thank you all for coming on the Lions Den. Really appreciate you staying behind and even sacrificing some training time. And Ethan, I got to get you to come up with a goal celebration for next time, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a favourite player in the Premier League or something?
I don't really watch soccer that much.
You just play it. Fair enough. Why would you watch it when you're so good at it yourself?
Too good.
We're going to go to an ad break now. We've got Dani Galluccio from the senior women's team coming up. Thanks to Madison, thanks to Chloe, and thanks to Ethan for joining us. See you after the break.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genisteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 9467 6954. MS Designer Living.
You're listening to The Lion's Den on FNR Football Nation Radio.
And we're back here on The Lion's Den. Frankly, adorable segment before the break if you missed it.
Yeah.
I think Chloe was the best standout
100%.
performer. Yeah, okay. She's absolutely fantastic to have our juniors here on the show. But we're taking a step up into the senior teams for the rest of the hour. And we've got Dani Galluccio, our brand new signing.
Yep.
Welcome to Preston and welcome to the Lion's Den.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you on, and it's a pleasure to have you at the club. If people aren't familiar with you and your playing history, let's get a little career rundown, a little bio, a little footballing CV for the people out there, for the fans.
So past clubs would be Heidelberg, Bulleen, Southern, Bundoora, even Box Hill in my junior years.
You've had a few clubs in your time.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I mean, that happens in higher levels of women's football in Victoria. You bounce around looking for the best playing situation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you don't really get a choice in the situation. Other times you just have to do what's best for you and leave a club even though you don't really want to. But yeah, it's meant to be here.
Well, it's just a journey until you find Preston and then you settle in like Director Zivko and play 22 seasons in a row. So
of course. It'll be my 22nd season, I think, in about 21 years.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the milestone when it arrives.
Thank you.
So tell us about your playing style, let's call it. Your position and what you bring on the pitch.
Ooh, I think I bring banter.
Okay, that's
on
good.
The
That's
pitch.
a good start.
Yeah, I'd say that's my number one. Look, playing next to Lisa Fanua, I let her do all the work. Yeah, at centre back. Sorry. Yeah, I just let her do all the work, and then I just look pretty, really.
Well, that's a nice job to have.
Of course.
So it was your first game, your debut for the team on the weekend, was it?
Yes, against Whitehorse, also one of my old clubs.
Against your former club.
Yes.
And you absolutely smashed them.
I would say a little bit of a slaughter, yeah.
8-0 was the final score. So the Preston Senior Women were equal, joint top when the season was suspended last year with Boroondara, and Whitehorse were in third. So if you weren't following the season, just giving a bit of context.
Yeah.
Boroondara, the team that they were trading places with all year, smashed them 4-0 in round one. Yep. Whitehorse, the third place team from last season, 8-0.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a good year.
I think it will be for us, not so much the opposition. But yeah, definitely and to be honest, 8-0 wasn't even our best. We didn't play our best at all, personally.
Come on.
Hey, if 8-0, yeah, but if 8-0 isn't playing at our best, so imagine what we could have been playing at our best. So
because it was only 2-0 at half time, so it was a pretty competitive game. It just second half was nuts.
Yeah, and I think Whitehorse did a very good job as well, keeping us on our toes. They sort of feed on...
For a while.
Yeah, for about 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, but they feed on that sort of stuff, just making us sort of not play to our full potential. And they did that for at least the first half. And then second half, we just sort of gave it to them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, playing away at Whitehorse, as I have done in my not particularly illustrious playing career, it's always a ground where pressuring you on your first touch, and it's a little chopped up after a few games that day, and there's always actually a quite surprisingly good crowd there, no matter what team or what level it is. So it's kind of a tough place to go, but you made light work of it in the second half.
Yeah.
So many goals went in, it's hard to keep track of all of them. But what was the pick of the bunch for you? What was the outstanding goal?
I think there was a hat trick from Mary and Mel, and then one goal from Rachel and Kiwa. The goal that stands out for me, because I was up there for once, was when Mary, I'm going to say was crossing it in. But she actually scored from the cross. But I was right on the back post, ready, like shoulder to shoulder with the post, and it just went top corner into the post. And
So
I was like,
you were ready to steer it in if you were required.
I was ready. I was going to steal it. I was going to cherry pick, but I was like, no, it's a great goal from Miri, so I'll just let her have it.
I reckon she must have been watching the Matildas New Zealand game from Friday and saw the New Zealand player, I think it was Anna Green, just smashed one in from like a 10-degree angle.
Yeah.
Just taking some inspiration
Miri
from the
does
internationals.
Them for fun, really.
She's a bit of a baller. I mean, what have you made of our Japanese contingent in the first team so far? They've caught the eye.
They definitely good on the defense. I'll give you that much. They don't give us much to do, that's for sure. Miri, she's always good in attack, always straight to it. Kiwa, same thing. She's a little pocket rocket. She, I think on the weekend, was excited by the score. She just wanted to keep dribbling through players. So we're all calling for it, and she was just that excited that she just wanted to keep going. So I'm not going to say no to that.
Exactly. I mean, if she keeps beating them, it's hard to complain if she's not passing the ball because, you know, she's nutmegged this one and then step over around that one.
Rainbow flick that one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she scored a goal against Burundara, a truly ridiculous one where she beat 3 players and ran from the halfway line and scored.
I was on the bench and I was going crazy.
Absolutely crazy. So this team has obviously started with a bang, but you've got a bigger test coming up.
Yes.
Heidelberg in the Cup, another one of your former teams.
Yes,
and
another one.
An historic rival of Preston's, of course.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So, I mean, what does this game mean to you?
Well, personally, it would be good just to let actions speak louder than words. But the few words that I will say is that it will be tough for them. Maybe cocky to some, but just confidence in the team that Daniel's produced, how hard we've worked, and I know 100% we can easily beat them. But we need to be switched on from the get-go.
Sure.
I mean, we've just had a cruisy win on the weekend, so we need to get into the mindset of basically from the start, ready to go, give it our all, and yeah, it'll be tough for Heidelberg, that's for sure.
MPLW teams don't usually get knocked out by lower division teams in this competition. It almost never happens. Preston came the closest of pretty much anybody.
Yeah,
last year. The heartbreaking penalty shootout was here.
Yeah, I was there watching.
You were?
Yeah.
That was an incredible game.
It was sad to watch.
It was.
Preston deserved it.
Pretty
Box Hill
heartbreaking.
were very lucky.
So, I mean, what would it mean to this squad to right that wrong and go one better this year and knock off a top tier team?
I honestly think our season would already be written off, basically. If we can beat Heidelberg, we'll just prove to everyone that we deserve to be in the MPL. Not only that, but also it means so much to majority of the players in our team, but also the club. It's not just a game, it's personal. So there's a lot riding on this game, whether we like it or not. But
and you seem to like it, actually.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I love it. I love it. I'm ready to go. I honestly can't wait to get on the pitch. It's unfinished business.
So it's a 7:30, is it, kickoff?
Yes, 7:30.
City Vista, which is George Cross Soccer Club, which is a great place to go watch a football match if you haven't been down there. So it's a good excuse to make the trip on Wednesday night. We want everybody to bring the passion, bring your voices, and cheer our senior women's team in their biggest game of the season to date. We'll dig a bit more into your past playing history because, like, what was the banter like on the pitch at Whitehorse on the weekend, coming up against so many of your former teammates?
I would say Whitehorse is renowned for their banter. I mean, honestly, like the girls there are.
Some would call them a banter club.
Oh, 100%. No, like all the girls, like they're honestly such a laugh. Like I've known them even before Whitehorse. And to play with them on a weekend was just hilarious to watch and be a part of. But the nights out were even funnier. So, Heidelberg. Heidelberg was all business.
It's a serious environment there. They used to compete for titles. And
you know, that club culture and, you know, that sort of stuff. But, Bulleen was a good club to be a part of. The banter was hilarious.
And a strong contingent of players, and I mean, maybe not in your era there, but they've won titles and
100%.
So and they've produced players who've gone on to A-League Women's and
even like the likes of like Kayla Morrison and stuff like that. Like she was.
Well, you would have been playing behind her in that era, would you not?
Yeah.
As a centre back, that's a hard position to win when like
she's
Kayla
there.
Morrison is in the team, the best
100%.
centre back in the country.
I mean, I'm almost as tall as her. Almost. Almost as tall.
Give or take.
Give or take
a foot.
like a millimetre or so.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
But so then like Caitlin Friend now is the coach. But I was playing with her, so even that. But also back at like Bundy, back when they had like Lisa Devanna, Louisa Bisbee, like TJ, all those players that are now big but also were big, I was a part of as well. So I've had a lot of experience in that department. But yeah, it's just good to...
Lisa and TJ in the same locker room. That's a combustible combination.
Nah, they get along pretty well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mate, I think they're sort of a little bit similar in their mentalities and their competitive streaks.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see actually they're finding common ground. It was either it was going to go one of two ways there.
Nah, they'd be the best buds. They played futsal together actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it seems like you've been keeping an eye on Preston for a little while. You came to watch the Cup game here. You've been speaking to Dan, I think, about the possibility of coming for a little while.
Yep.
What persuaded you to finally pull the trigger and sign for the club?
I think for a lot of people as well, not being able to play during COVID, it sort of made me want to play even more. So obviously, like the reason why I went to Whitehorse was, things happened with Heidelberg, whatever. And then I was also studying full time. So I just wanted to sort of play at Whitehorse, have fun with my friends, and still play at a high level. And then, just after COVID, I wanted to be a part of that like professionalism and sort of be a part of something bigger, which is exactly what Daniel is as a coach and what Preston is as a club.
Yeah.
So
it is pretty big. You don't quite realise until you're inside the new pavilion, inside the club, just how big this place really is and how
100%.
Big a footprint it has in Victorian football. So just you wait.
Yeah.
Just you wait for the atmosphere on Wednesday night, the way support we're going to bring.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of people there. Even at the Burundara game, there was plenty of people there. The song afterwards was the first time singing the song. So I was happy about that.
It's not too difficult. You got somebody leading it. And
yeah, well, that's what I said. I said I don't know the song, so I need someone there.
You can just repeat. Yeah, it's a call and response. So it's just rather approachable, really, as far as team songs go.
Exactly.
So, work outside of football.
Yes.
Is in a sporting environment as well. I understand.
Yes. So I'm a myotherapist.
Rewind. What's that?
So basically, it is massage therapy with muscles.
Okay. Isn't that normal massage? Doesn't it usually involve muscles?
Yes, but we do different techniques. So also on top of that, I do dry needling.
Okay, ouch.
Yeah. It's not that bad, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love dry
Depends
needling.
where you put them.
Nah.
They're just really skinny.
Yeah, it's like acupuncture needles.
Okay.
It's not like when you give blood and they have those big needles. Nah, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
Also cupping
Yeah,
as well,
right.
but not like the normal Chinese cupping where you see like the bruises on people. Yeah, so it's like gliding with the cup.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't end up with hickeys all over your back.
No, definitely not.
Nice one.
Definitely not.
And you're working at Melbourne Storm, is it?
Yeah, so I'm working with Melbourne Storm, Melbourne Rebels, and Melbourne Victory at the moment.
So all the Amy Park teams.
All the Amy Park
Well, actually,
teams.
not all of them. There's a lot now. I can't say that, but yes.
Yeah, majority of them
the triumvirate.
Anyway. Yes.
What's the differences between the kind of treatments that the football players need versus the rugby players?
So for
I know that's a extremely technical question. We jumped from what is this to
yeah. Well, personally, it's a lot of effort with the rugby players, and what I mean by that is obviously they're big burly men.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not the biggest of girls, so I have to put a lot of effort. So mainly elbows, sort of that sort of stuff.
Right. Okay. Climbing around, stomping on top of them. Yeah. Kind of. Harvesting the grapes in France. Kind of thing. Yeah, right, I can see how that
not
could
so
go.
much, but yeah.
Okay, right.
Not sort of the Thai massages that you see.
No.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then with the soccer players, it's more because it's sort of quick because with the schedule that they have at the moment, it's just 20 minutes.
It's like, make me stop hurting and get me back out on the pitch.
Exactly. That's literally what it is.
3-day
Just
turnarounds.
a flush massage and out they go again. So.
Okay, nice
Yeah.
one. So do you enjoy that sporting environment? You know, day to day you're playing or you're in that like elite professional environment all the time?
Yeah, I love it. Just to be around the boys, like they're very professional, very kind. And then just to see like the way they move about, like the other day, they were going around, you know, taking photos, doing all those stuff. People stop them, they say hello, like, you know, like they're just really nice guys in general. But yeah, I'd love to be a part of that more, with more clubs even. It's just a matter of time, really.
Well, don't go, you know, you're good at something. I'm just warning you, don't do it for free, because after this show, all of the senior men will be trying to, you know, get their myotherapy, and you know, they've got their own strength and conditioning. So I'm just drawing a line under that one for you, so
That's
you don't
all right.
have to.
They can come to me if they want to.
Oh, you've walked into it now. You've walked into the trap. We've got Benji Lyvidikos celebrating in the background. Dani, thank you so much for joining me on the Lions Den.
No worries at all.
Best of luck, not only in the Nike FC Cup on Wednesday night,
Yep.
but your first home game on Sunday against
Yes.
Melbourne Knights.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting for that game as well. I can't wait.
What a week for the senior women's team. I think
Big week.
I think some of your teammates might actually need a few rubdowns after this week. A quick turnaround.
They always come to me.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you around. Dani
Thank
Dani Galluccio, welcome to Preston.
Thank you.
We're going to go to a break now. Benji Lyvidikos, the Jet, joining us on the other side.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genissteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 9467 6954. MS Designer Living.
You're listening to the Lions Den on FNR Football Nation Radio.
For the final time this evening, welcome back to the Lions Den, here live from the BT Connor Reserve Pavilion. I'm Josh Parish, and I'm delighted to be joined once again by show favourite, Vice Captain, Benji Lyvidikos, the Jet. Welcome back, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me back on. Appreciate it.
Nah, my pleasure. Tell us about the game against Doveton on the weekend, first and foremost. Not the result we wanted, but I think everyone was pretty positive about the performance.
Yeah, I mean, Doveton's never an easy place to go. They're a fairly physical side. They definitely stick it to a lot of teams, so you've got to be up for the challenge from the get-go. Really, if there's a ball there to be won, you win it pretty much, and you protect yourself.
It feels a little bit old-fashioned down there.
It is a bit. Like, it's not a great pitch.
No, it's pretty tight. It's pretty bumpy.
Yeah,
it's like
a sand pit in spots, to be honest. Like, yeah, you go to knock a ball and you'd see the sand fly up and
I don't think you could see it on the stream
Yeah.
even. You could see the dust and the sand being kicked up as people were running through the middle of the pitch. But they seem to kind of like it that way. Makes it difficult for visiting teams to adapt to.
Yeah, 100%, especially for teams like us who like to knock the ball around. And obviously, we're very blessed here to have an unbelievable pitch at BT Connor. So it's when you go from playing at home to even most away fields, you've really got to play to the conditions at times. And again, going to Doveton away, it's a very physical contest. And as positive as we were about the way that we did perform, it was still annoying, and it still pissed a lot of us off that we did get the draw, because we felt like we deserved a lot more than that. But I mean, it's very difficult to break teams down that sit with a couple banks, and especially
it's 11 players behind the ball. Let's call it what it is. I mean, there's no shame in doing that against Preston, because we know we've got the strongest squad in the league, but it doesn't make it any less difficult to break that kind of defensive block down.
Yeah, it's hard. Like in the first half, it was probably a little bit slow from us moving the ball. Again, when teams tend to sit in, if you start to slow the game down, it suits them a lot more. So I think first half, again, long story short, we had our chances, to be honest. Like realistically, it's our own fault that we had that draw. We missed a couple of chances, which I backed the boys to put away. But sometimes that happens in football. And I mean, we're still undefeated from our first 4 games, sitting top of the ladder at the moment. I mean, it felt like a loss after the match, because you put in so much effort, and it was quite a physical affair. This week at training's obviously been a little bit harder, because we haven't had a really rough contest like that sort of in the first few weeks that we've been playing. So yeah, I mean, it did feel like a little bit of a loss, to be honest. But you know what, we're happy with the way that we were able to still try and play the way that we like to play, and to play our best sort of style of football. And you know what, you can't win them all as much as we like to, but we're still top of the ladder, undefeated in our first 4, so we just move on from there.
Well, a couple of key players missing as well. No Connor Bell, no Chris Davies. Stambo only fit enough for the bench, so it was an entirely changed front 3. And I'll just fix your mic for you here, mate, so we can hear you nice and clearly.
Sweet.
Does that make it a little bit difficult for you? Obviously don't want to make excuses and so forth, but for the rest of the team, coming with an unfamiliar front 3 where you don't quite have that automatic understanding with all the players that you usually do?
Yeah, it can be. It's obviously the boys that come in, they're there to do a job. We have a big squad for a reason. Players, they get injured, people get sick, things like that. It's all part of the game. And for us,
usually not 3 players at the same time, 3 starters, not all in the same line of the field.
Yeah, it's not super ideal, but the boys that come in, they're good enough to start anyway. Like it can be tough, like especially like the relationship I've got with Stambo. Play together most weeks on that right hand side, so we generally, without even speaking, he knows where I want to be and I know where I want him to be. So it is tougher coming on with Coutinho, who doesn't speak a word of English. So
I guess if you don't need to speak to Stambo, why do you need to speak to him, mate?
Yeah, well, Kappa keeps saying football's a universal language, but before the game, I pretty much just wanted to make sure that Coutinho knew his left from right in English. So it was pretty much going left, right, and he sort of caught on from that. But nah, it's it can be difficult. But the boys that come in, they played well. They worked hard. Dino played very well. Popped up with obviously a great ball in for Neil to nod the ball away. But
he could have had a couple of assists even.
Yeah, was it Stambo's one as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's so frustrating because he's come off the bench playing on the opposite side, but the ball comes over to the back post and everyone's expecting the net to ripple.
Yeah,
he kind of does everything right. Like I've watched that back,
except score.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But he keeps it low, he volleys it into the ground, and just hits one bobble on one side of the Doveton turf instead of the other one, and it comes off the outside of the post.
Yeah, you never know with that bounce on that pitch. It's again wonderful little bit of skill from Dino on his weaker foot, whips the ball across. You back Stambo to put that away 10 times out of 10, but this time I just took that little bobble, hit the post, and then
I was calling it like it was in on the commentary. You can hear it. I'm already getting up. It was just unbelievable. It just seemed to go in slow motion for a second. And, Kunda with his long range effort as well was just absolutely spectacular.
Every week it's something new, isn't it?
That passage of play was actually fantastic. Do you remember when that was that fad of the players in dressing rooms trying to head a ball to each other all the
In
way
the
down the
bin.
line and then
Yeah.
into a bin. I'm
Yeah.
sure the team did that at some point.
Definitely not.
Oh, no?
No,
Okay.
we didn't do that.
Okay. But it was almost like that. It was juggled from like 3 or 4 different players to each other, and then Noor knocks it up, and then Kunda hits this dipping volley from like 25 meters that crashes off the crossbar.
I think Lou was screaming time or like take a touch or something. And all I said, because I'm hearing Lou screaming from the side, take a touch, and I see Kunda he's not taking a touch, smacks it. And I was behind Matty when he hit it, and you thought it was like when it left the boot, I was like, this is in.
Yeah. And it just kept dipping and dipping and dipping, but not quite enough.
No,
it would have been goal of the season.
He's got I mean, it was similar. Like Carl was obviously a bit further out last year, just with that volley, but it was similar.
Yeah, it's
sort of the way it sort of dipped
the
in.
The trajectory of the ball was similar.
It was definitely similar. But nah, if Matty's got a goal coming, because even last year against Melbourne City, when he smacked that ball top bin.
Yep.
When we played away towards the back end of the year, he can smack a ball, and yeah, it's unbelievable when he catches onto him. Things like that can happen.
Yeah, well, he's coming ever closer, and we're hoping that we get the highlight to end all highlights.
That'd be nice.
We're from Kunda by the end of the season, because he deserves one to bounce in off the crossbar for him. Although, Springvale controversy aside. Speaking of controversy, by the way, the penalty. I know we're going over old ground here, but to me it looked like it came off Jimmy's shoulder.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy's a big boy. He's got big arms and things like that. I said
Big
to the referee, I said, ref, look at the size of the bloke. You can't tell me he's moved. He didn't even move. It just hit him. But, it's...
And speaking of shots hit like rockets, I mean, he was just... Like, that shot was absolutely travelling.
Yeah,
I don't know if he had time to get out of the way.
That's the thing. I don't know what the referee wants him to sort of do in that situation. It is tough, and as much as you can't obviously blame officials as much as I do all the time, but... you
shouldn't. We do, but
yeah, it's a really frustrating one, because like 10 minutes into the game, we're dominating from the minute we started that match, and then 10 minutes in, they get a little lifeline like that, and
they have something to protect.
They have something to protect, and that's when they drop in and they start playing extremely defensive, and then we've got to. At no point in that game that I ever feel like we're going to lose. I never feel like we're ever going to lose, and it's probably it's just. I mean, the mentality that we've got as a playing group, we back ourselves, and we're never out of the game, no matter what minute it is, no matter what the score is. Obviously, when you go down 1-0 first 10, it can be disheartening at times, but at no point did I ever feel like we were going to lose that game, just because of how in control that we were. I knew that there was going to be I knew that a chance was going to come. We were going to put one away.
And you did, but
got one and
couldn't get the winner.
Generally, we get one. We like to. It starts a bit of momentum, and we start to get on top of teams and things like that. But again, we got the one, we got the draw, but at no point in that game did I ever feel like we were going to lose.
Well, 1 point, not the end of the world, of course. Still top of the table. No other team has gone with a 100% record this season. So still in control of your own destiny this season, which is the main thing, right?
Well, realistically, we know we're a good side. We work hard for it, and we put in the effort all the way through the week to be the best team in the league, and we bloody work hard. So for us, we know that we can match it with the best of any team in Victoria. Again, we've played against NPL teams, we've beaten them, we've knocked them out of the cup, things like that. So we know that we're good enough to play and compete in the top NPL. It's just again, we know we're good enough. We know we can do it with the way that we play, the players that we have. It's we all have a very strong squad. We always have a very strong squad, and we work hard for it. But again, we're only 4 games in, so as much as I don't like to look at the table too early, things like that, but it still does sit there, and you can still see that we're setting the change.
Setting the pace.
Yeah, we set the pace of everything that goes on, and we control our own destiny from where we want to be as a team and a club. So,
Nunawading this weekend. They're a team that has a club philosophy to get it down on the deck and play a bit of football, which is will be a refreshing change of pace from what we saw at Doveton. So it should be a good game. It should be a bit more end-to-end, 2 teams really having a go.
Yeah, well, it was fairly competitive last year when we played them. We got obviously before the season was cut, we got to play them twice. At their home ground, it was a 2-0 win. No, it was 2-1. It was a 2-1 win. Yep. So it was a close game, and it was a hard game. Really sort of physical contest on their pitch, and it is refreshing when you actually get a team that wants to knock the ball around, because you think, oh yeah, we're up for a football game here. You know what I mean? So it's think they've got a newer sort of squad this year. I'm not 100% sure, but it's, again, it is a nice feeling playing against a team that wants to knock the ball around, because generally those games go a little bit quicker. They move a little bit faster, and then obviously we're a team that wants to knock the ball around. So it's going to be a good battle, that's for sure.
So that one's at Marnie's Reserve. Resis, 1 p.m. kickoff, seniors at 3. This team is actually coached by Fahid Ben Khalfallah, I think. So for ex-Melbourne Victory player.
Yeah, no, because he was
still
playing. He played last year.
Well, he was player manager last year. So
was he?
He was,
Oh,
yeah. So
I didn't know that.
I don't know if he's still playing this year. I don't know if we're ever going to see him on the park. But I actually
so.
did see him 2 weeks ago in a charity game. It was the Danny Dixon fundraiser for the Dylan Tombides Foundation. We went down and called it. And he looks like he could still do a job. So hopefully he has the boots on. He's managing the team out there. There'll be an interesting dynamic if he is.
Yeah, it's always fun playing against like guys that have been in and around it. Like, we're lucky enough to have like Batka and Urson in our group that have sort of been around that environment. Stambo, like they've all been around that sort of professional environment. And then you've got someone like Sash who comes in as part of the coaching staff. And it always great to pick these guys' brains. But again, Batka's still killing it. Every week he's in great condition. So even like, I remember last year they had Theo in goals, and still he's a bit older, but he's been around the traps, and man, he's a good keeper still. You know what I mean? So
he's actually hung the gloves up this season. Yes.
Oh wow.
You know,
it's good for us.
He's actually the goalkeeper coach at Western United now. He's been brought in. They won't have Theo between the sticks.
Okay.
Jury's out on whether FBK decides to play or is in the dugout. But yeah, a couple of interesting subplots playing against Nunawading as always.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he likes me too much. He's had a few choice words to say to me.
Oh, really?
Maybe I yelled at him first. It's probably
it's usually you.
Pretty
starts
standard.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Most of the time.
Just be careful of the effects mic this weekend, mate. That's all I'm going to say. Just, I had to apologise a couple of times to the kids in cars. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I got home and. Yeah, Mum told me. I was like, oh, sorry.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, can't help
it.
It was. Yeah, I mean, it's all as much.
It's tough when you're on that flank, you know.
It is. It's. I know exactly which moment it was as well, and it was just something so simple that I made a mistake, and everyone makes mistakes, but this really pissed me off because it was just so simple. And let a naughty word go.
Yeah, it happens.
And then afterwards, Carl and I start yelling at each other, so that was fun too.
Well, coming into this weekend, what's the squad looking like? What's the latest on some of the players coming back into the first team picture? We know Ned was on the bench against Doveton. He's available for selection. How are Connor and Chris looking? Yeah,
I mean, Chrissy's come back in this week. His touch was a bit bang average because he didn't train for a week, so I was giving it to him a little bit on
he doesn't
training.
Need to control the ball. He just needs to finish it, mate. He can just try and control it for about 12 yards and it'll bounce off him into the goal. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he does best. But all the boys that missed out last week are back in training, which is good. So should be a full squad available for selection, which is great.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. And then week after, big home game against Melbourne Victory.
Yeah.
We all remember the scenes from last year. I think we can go one better. I think we can outdo the crowd and the atmosphere and maybe even the highlight that was Karl Borishevic's 30-yard bomb.
Yeah, it was...
I think it might be your turn, mate.
Yeah, I've been saying that for 4 years, mate. Still hasn't come. But, last year's home crowd, whenever we got it, and especially against Victory, that was a tight game. And always against these academy clubs, they're so well drilled. They like to knock the ball around, and on a pitch like ours here, it can suit those teams a lot more. So structurally, you need to be very switched on, and you need to be very tight with the way that you set up from a shape perspective. And you get sick of playing these games because these little kids just run, they just run non-stop, and because they train a lot more than we do. But when you come out against these teams, they like to knock the ball around, but you've just got to really make sure you're structurally sound and everything is set up from a shape perspective really well. And then when we have the ball, we do our thing and back our own ability. And I mean, you leverage your energy off the crowd as well. I mean, when at times in the last year in that game as well, Victory were on top of us, and you do a couple little good things here and there, and the crowd starts to get involved, and they start sort of getting you G'd up again, and it really starts to...
That crowd was such a massive factor in that game. I think the young guys were a bit intimidated by the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's... Well, who else plays in front of that? No one. And our fans are...
I actually was speaking to one of the Western United young players. Just I happened to bump into him, and I mentioned the Preston game, and he got this kind of glazed look in his eyes. Like, oh wow,
yeah,
it's pretty special for them.
It is
and it's obviously very special for our
especially if a lot of them are quite young as well. They might not have played in a game such as big as playing against Preston. As weird as that sounds, it's true. Everyone wants.
It's not weird at all, mate.
Everyone
it's the biggest ticket in town.
That's it. But everyone wants to come and play Preston, no matter what team you are, but everyone gets G'd up to play Preston. They want to beat Preston.
You got a target on your back. That's what you got to live with this season.
Yeah, I mean that's what we've lived with for the last 4 years, and there's always there's pressure to play at Preston, and I think players that don't play here don't understand it, and it's not until you come in there's a healthy pressure to play here, and there's a certain standard that we set ourselves to be the best and succeed. I think Louis has a great quote. I said it one time in the change rooms. He messed it up real bad. He goes, "Boys, to be the best, you've got to be the best." We looked at him. We sort of looked around, and we're just like,
"Hey, it still works."
What? And I was just like, "I'll get in trouble for that." But it's when you come play against Preston and you have a crowd like you do, it's very intimidating for away teams, and we build off that energy that they give us and try to get a result.
Well, living up to the favourites tag, it's not easy, but to be the best,
you got to be the best.
We'll sign off here on the Lions Den. Benji, Lyvidikos, thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck against Nunawading.
Thanks, Joshy. Cheers.
1 p.m. Resies, 3 p.m. Seniors. Get down, support the boys. It will be live streamed as well, of course, but we'd much rather see you there in the flesh. Marnie's Reserve. See you there on the weekend, and speak to you again next week.
Preston, near post City. It's in. And again, Warren Spink has a hand in it. Andrew Zinni scores the goal. Not only are the fans winning on the terraces, the team are winning on the pitch. 2 goals in 2 minutes. 2-1 up, Preston Macedonia, and we've got an invasion on.
Crossfield ball for Taneski to try the spectacular. It's brilliant. Is it over the line? Yes. What's a goal from Alex Taneski?
Kolevski, he scored. It's the winner. What a great goal by Kolevski. The crowd has gone wild, ladies and gentlemen.